Ça attaque sur toi. À chaque sa chance. La vie c'est la chance. À chaque sa chance. À chaque sa chance. La vie c'est la chance. À chaque sa chance. Tu épouses le plan de 80 ans. Il va mourir, je vais hériter. Te voilà qui taille avant lui. De ton tinard, tu es toi dedans. Tu veux épargner, c'est à ton tour de bouffer. Caissière recherchée. Nous voilà qualifiés en coupe du monde. Tous devant le...
All right. Hi. Good morning. Good morning. I love that song. Yeah. I can say chance. I love that song. Good morning. Hey, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good evening. If you are in Cameroon, yes, it's another session of I Am Cameroon where we talk to amazing Cameroonians. And I'm so happy that you're able to join us today. Last week or 2 weeks ago, if you're not able to join us, we spoke to an amazing Cameroonian who has made a living, an entire business exporting slow boys or snails. Today, we are branching out. We're doing something very exciting, something different. But before we cut to that, my name is Sally. I will remain your host here. And if this is your first time seeing my face, welcome. And I Am Cameroon. Just to put that out there, this is a non-political organization. We are here to inspire, educate, and encourage Cameroonians to take responsibility for the country Cameroon because, at the end of the day, it's all about our country and how we can make it better together, okay? To know more about us, you can go on Facebook. It's I Am Cameroon, Je suis le Cameroun. And you can also join the movement on I Am Cameroon, Je suis le Cameroon, or just iamcameroon.org and follow the instructions on there to become a registered member. So this morning, we are talking to someone who's in the entertainment industry in Cameroon. We're going to touch specifically in designing this morning. Haute Couture, just like the theme says, the rise of haute couture in Cameroon. Haute couture has been on a steady rise in Africa in general for the last decade or so, and the designs has been mind-blowing. So this morning, join me to welcome our guest, Ayamba Rachel. She is the CEO and founder of We Trend Fashion. Good morning, Rachel. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Beautiful. I'm so excited seeing you this morning. I don't want to give it away, but I'm just going to briefly introduce your work to the people and then I'll let you do the rest. So you have been in this field, you have been a designer for more than 8 years. Okay. So in your style, you are known for elegant and contemporary style that's combining or fusing traditional craftsmanship with modern techniques at the same time, still maintaining the culture and traditions and mostly showcasing Cameroonian fabrics. It could be Togo or any other fabric. And you are very passionate about using eco-friendly materials, which are one of the things that I found really interesting in your bio this morning. But before I get so excited, before I start going on a rant, that's just the little I want to give away about you. So for anyone who's never heard of your brand before or your name before, can you tell us a lot more about yourself?
Okay. In fact, a lot more about the brand, in other
Yes.
words. Okay, we train fashion and designing. popularly known as Vitren Ankara. That was the first name, because when this brand was created, the goal was for us to revive African fashion. African women were never proud of themselves back in the days. We felt like we could only wear Western outfits to look beautiful. That was what, for the past 5 or 6 years, I worked strictly with Ankara fabrics. And I wanted to encourage the African woman or man to have confidence and feel beautiful in these natural prints, that natural, beautiful prints that we have. And as time went on, we now decided to incorporate other designs into it, mixing it with lace. Lace is still African. So
Yeah.
right now we do a little bit of everything, but the Ankara brand itself was created so we can revive African fashion and to make the world know Africa when it comes to fashion. That's why you saw at some point dashiki was everywhere. People were scrambling for dashiki. I heard even whites over there, they want to wear dashiki and all of that stuff. So that was probably the reason why I created this brand and I focused on Ankara production.
That is so true. I remember this brand many years ago, Witchen Ankara. Yes, your designs really stood out and you did focus only on African fabrics. And do I need to, I'm just gonna give this away. I have also worked with Rachel. That's why I'm so excited. I know Rachel. Rachel is my friend. I've worked with Rachel and her designs are impeccable. They are so innovative. You absolutely have to try them out. So, Rachel, because we are in a different time when it comes to haute couture in Cameroon, and African designers such as yourself really breaking those barriers and presenting the African and precisely Cameroonian fashion on a global market, who would you say your target audience is?
A target audience is 21 to 55-year-old women.
Wait,
Yeah.
we don't have anything for the men?
I always say because I focus now on women a lot. Yeah, because the guys, I do male stuff, but that is not what I'm known for. Like if I have a bride who comes and say, oh, because clients don't like to go to so many places. You have a client who has something, a fabric, they'll say, oh, this is a fabric for my husband and I. So I'll be like,
Right.
no, fabric, take your husband's own to the tailor. She'll be like, no, 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 I don't have to deal with another person. Just do for both of. Yeah, so, but ideally, I'm focusing more on women than men because that's my strength. I don't want to want to do everything and then you don't do it well. So at any
Yeah.
time, I know if any design pulls up here for me to create for a lady, I'm going to do it perfectly well. So for the male design, it's just an aside. Maybe as time goes on, as we grow, I might now focus on that. Like I need somebody that I can train for the male, so we can be perfect in both sides.
That is
Yeah.
perfect. That is perfect. And let's talk about pricing when it comes to haute couture and business, especially in Cameroon. I know that a good chunk of your clientele is in the West. However, we as Africans, we are in a different time now. But before now, almost a decade or so, we didn't know much about haute couture. We didn't understand fittings. We didn't understand choosing fabrics, embellishments, and all of these beautiful things that go into designing in general. And so, with all these beautiful things comes a price for the craftsmanship, especially because you have to be very detailed. So, how do you feel about the design scene in Cameroon when it comes to haute couture pricing? Haute couture pricing, we're looking at hundreds of thousands here. You've done celebrities outfits on the red carpet. We're looking at hundreds of thousands. Sometimes this haute couture, I've seen some designers where the clothes go up to the 500,000 and up to 1 million even. So how do you deal with your clientele or the space in Cameroon when it comes to pricing and introducing haute couture to them when they can go to Maminzi at the corner and sew and just get the two wrapper and a simple blouse.
Yeah, that's the most challenging part of this field because everybody now sleeps on Pinterest, Vicky James, and all the Nigerian celebrities. That's where people sleep every day, you know. That's where they want to go and get all the designs. And those are people who do clothes for at least 2.5 million for one. But you have to go and bring that same design and tell you, I want the exact same thing for 70,000. Just 70,000 cannot be fabric.
Yes.
It can't. So you have to do a lot of talking, trying to convince a client, making them see reasons why you cannot give them the fabric for that price without even looking rude or looking down on them. Because sometimes I'll be like, they'll be like, no, let me go for a cheaper fabric. You'll be like, no, this dress is outstanding because of the rhinestones on the fabric. So if you go fabric without stones, you will not achieve the same results. You get very challenging trying to convince the clients about pricing. Yes, it's very, 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 very challenging. That is one of the most difficult phases that I always face. Yeah. Because you see, you can do a dress, her cheapest dress is 1.5 million.
Right.
So you have 80,000. Just that cannot buy the fabric. It's impossible. Yeah.
So what message do you have for people who are new to haute couture in Cameroon and want to try something new? Because they might not know, or they obviously don't know the half of it. So what message do you have, for them?
Yeah, they should listen to their designers or stylists and be sure to understand what they want. Because sometimes what you see until you get into the field, that's when you understand like, oh, this thing is not as cheap as I thought. Because 10 celebrities have worn it and you've seen it, it doesn't mean it's cheap or affordable. So sometimes I always ask you, what is your budget?
Yeah.
If you're working on a budget and you want to see a designer for a dress, talk to her and you both can create something for your budget. You must not wear what you've seen on Pinterest or Instagram. You must not wear that.
But I want to look at, what if they
Yeah,
want to be a body on Instagram?
funny as well. Just be open. Our clients who are open to suggestions.
Yeah.
So many of them will say, I want clothes so may not pass 100,000. Some people will tell you, yes. You'll be like, okay, if you want something simple for a baptism or whatever, fine. Something for that amount of money. I like people like that who are open-minded and they tell you their truth. This is what I have for this thing or that one. It's that simple. Yes.
Okay. Perfect. And I think that is a very good point to bring up because most times people might shy away from actual designers like yourself who like design clothes because they might be afraid like, hey, I don't think I can go over there, but you've heard it from Rachel herself. You should always work with your designer. So Rachel, what has been your experience? Because I know that you have a stronghold in the entertainment industry as well. You've worked with several celebrities in Cameroon. What has been your experience working with Cameroonian celebrity as a designer in Cameroon?
That's a good one. There are two types of celebrities, or there are two categories of these celebrities, the way they approach you. Some will approach you, they want free outfits because they are going to do your publicity. They are going to bring you clients, so you should style or dress them. And mind you, what they want is going to cost you at least 300,000 or more for you to achieve it. So sometimes you can be like, it's a win-win. Bring all your sewing accessories, the fabric, and I'll sew it for free. If you're that kind of thing that wearing my dress, will clients. Some might agree and some will not. Most parts they refuse. So or any celebrity you've seen me working with is somebody who came genuinely and said, I've seen your work, I like your work, I want you to dress me for my wedding, like Nabila or Cindy or Mireille Blanche or anybody. They pay for their fully and they tell you, okay, this is my event, I want a dress, how much is it, and you work. So but I have celebrities I didn't get to work with because I didn't accept their conditions as well.
Right.
Yes, because they will come and tell you, do this for me for free, and I'm going to advertise your market. I'm going to do this or do that for you. And
Mm-hmm.
like that's a lot of money, and you want me to invest. It can be 50-50. You will not go to that event without a dress. You need me
Exactly.
to. So if we can both come into a compromise, and I say, maybe I can do the dress for you for free, but I'm not going to buy a lace of 400,000 to come and do you a dress for free. It's
Mm-hmm.
not for me at this point.
So when you do the dresses for them, I don't know how it works with designing. When you do the dresses for them, do they get to keep the dresses after the event? Especially if it's a case of 50-50, do they get to keep the dresses or do you keep them in your atelier just to showcase or have it as a display?
I had a complete agreement with anybody on 50-50. All these people pay for their clothes 100%. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
know with the dresses. Maybe they offer it to
Right,
their or friends. But nobody
right.
are here with a dress for me to resell or auction it,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. They themselves take care of their dresses after that.
Yeah, this is amazing. So you've been able to work with some of the big names in the industry, like you mentioned. Now, as a young entrepreneur in Cameroon, in this, dare I say, uncharted territory, right? Um, when you graduated school, you decided to take this path because you're very passionate about designing. Now, what has been the other challenges aside from pricing and letting people understand the importance or the difference of haute couture and their tailor at at the junction? What has been other challenges in general being an entrepreneur in Cameroon?
Um, Being a fashion designer in this country in particular
Mm-hmm.
is the most challenging part of it is the fabric, the accessories. Cameroon is just like 20% of what Nigeria or Ghana.
Yeah.
So sometimes you see something you are actually able to recreate or do, but there are no accessories in this country. I'm sorry, I don't know where our own vendors go and buy from. And the
Mm-hmm.
Cameroon, 90% are Nigerians. So I always ask them, why is it that when I go to Nigeria, I find all these things, but you people are equally Nigerians? Why don't you buy from where your Nigerian brothers in Lagos are equally buying? They'll tell
Mm-hmm.
you the Cameroon is very poor. Those things are costly. They want a fast turnover, so they will buy the cheaper things so people can buy and use. So, and the kind of clients that I have, they really want luxury. So,
Right.
if you want luxury, you cannot have it here. Sometimes you refuse some jobs because you cannot find the things here in Cameroon. The kind of
Mm-hmm.
fabric I have here are just middle class. You really rarely find sophisticated fabrics in this country. So
Well,
sometimes
that's mhm.
tools are really, really difficult to find in Cameroon.
Wow, wow. And you cannot be a proper designer if you don't have the right tools. So what are you doing to meet the expectations of your clients? Do you sort your fabric outside of Cameroon? So
So
at the end, what do you do?
yeah, just like the recent trip I took to Nigeria, that's the best thing I can do. Buy from there and then I ship to Cameroon. And I have
Mhm,
cost there for everything. If when everything gets finished, I need to load another stuff from there and then they send to Cameroon always.
mhm.
That's so that's why sometimes I'll be more pricey because I spend a lot of money trying to bring those things into Cameroon. So it's not
Right.
yeah, it's not going to be easy or cheap for somebody who wants that same thing. The customs here don't even encourage Cameroonians to import things from Nigeria anymore. So
Hmm.
this them, no matter whether it's by road, by water, even by air, at the airport, they start stressing you out. You need to spend money. So at the end of the day, you need to put that in the customers. The customer is the one to pay.
You have to add it at the customer's expense. You know,
Yeah.
I have heard a lot of entrepreneurs have the same, almost the same problems with the importation and exportation of whatever products they're trying to market. And that is something that has proven to be very, very challenging. So if Oh, before I continue on this show, we play a game. Okay. So because you are a fashion designer, We're going to play a game of fabric. So I don't know what they call I know there's a Togo fabric. I don't know what we call the Western fabric. Does it have a name?
The
Then the fabric that the
blue, white.
yes, they call it a knob.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna put you in a tight spot now. Togo or knob in all your designs,
The
which is knob is very colorful. That is beautiful. And so these fabrics are heavy,
and
right?
cost.
So how do you handle, we've talked about importing stuff, right? So how do you handle exportations with these extremely heavy fabrics?
Good thing with our brand, we have a 50% discount at DHL because of the constant business. So I always encourage my clients, if DHL would tax you 80K per kilo, if you so to send it, you're going to pay 40,000 instead of 80,000. So
Yeah.
that's I've been trying, because I have a lot of clients in the diaspora, and somebody can also a dress for 200,000 and they have to mail it for 200,000. It's not practical.
Right.
Yeah, so I've tried to help them in my own little way, and that's what I'm out to tell my clients, that no matter what, you're going to pay half the price of this dress, and it's legit. Like DHL will contact you, send you a mail, phone number, and everything. As nobody has ever complained about not receiving their goods, so it's not even any black market. Like, it's a legit contract with DHL. Yeah, so that's the little try to encourage them to get their things from here.
That's beautiful. Now, before we continue, if you're just joining this call, you guys, we're talking with Rachel Ayamba. She's a fashion designer and she's in the entertainment industry. And of course, she's been in this game for a very long time. And we're talking about the haute couture business in Cameroon, some of the shortcomings and the advantages. Now, Rachel, with everything that you know, given your experience in the field, if you had to go back 8, 9 years ago, would you still choose to be a fashion designer, to chase your dreams of, bringing haute couture in Cameroon? Would you still follow that path?
Yes, I will, 100%.
Yes.
It gives joy to see people looking good thanks to me. When people don't have confidence in themselves, I don't know what's happening, but when you can bring out somebody's confidence, when they can go on the red carpet and take pictures and snaps and send to you, and they are feeling nice and beautiful. I have a client who was from the US. She was here like 3 weeks ago. She was like, "This is the first time I'm doing a dress. I just go to the shop and buy." So she went for this wedding in Yaoundé, and she was all over the place, and she was feeling beautiful. She said she had never felt like she could be beautiful in a dress that is custom made or whatever. I felt bad. I was like, "Thank you." And I'm happy I was able to bring out this side of yours. And confident and happy at the end of the day. That's what matters.
That's gorgeous. I'm not a fashion designer, but I can only imagine the satisfaction that you get when your clients actually love the designs that you make for them. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So we are almost at time. If you have any questions for Rachel, please put it in the chat, and we're going to share Rachel's information in Facebook if you want to get in contact with her. So let's say I'm interested, right? I want to become a fashion designer. I decide to switch lanes. What are the first thing that I want to do? Is there some kind of formal training I need to take? How is that looking in Cameroon? Do we have design academy, fashion designing academies in Cameroon and other stuff like that? Are there resources for up and coming designers?
Yeah, there are, mostly the French. I don't know about any good English training school. Like, I studied in French as well. You have about 4. You have German Fashion Institute. You have Daisy Mode. You have a couple of them. All of them are French. Like, it's a 3 years program, almost like a million. So it's really, really serious. They take you from the basics to designing to everything, how to even buy fabrics, you can see a
Right.
fabric just sense, you know that this is not a good one or this is
Right.
the quality and stuff. So anybody who is in Cameroon and wants to venture into this field is very, very easy and possible, especially if you are French speaking. I know a lot
Mm-hmm.
of French schools, yeah.
That's
In
wonderful.
Douala, though.
You know, this is my first time ever hearing of a fashion design
Oh,
academy.
there are in Douala. And I
That's
think,
wonderful.
yeah, there are.
Hmm. That's wonderful. We are, we are breaking into the market because right now one of the the giants of Africa in fashion before Cameroonians are coming. And I know it's a redundant conversation, but we have to say we have people like I think Columni, the call heard, we have people like Vicky James and all of these big names in Nigeria. We see how they do things differently. And now we have big names like we trend Ankara, we trend fashion, we have a lot of other designers in Cameroon that are coming up. Now, there has been a conversation about um, Cameroonian fashion designers not wanting to improve their craft. And this conversation, I actually don't want to dig deep into it, but there has been a conversation about Cameroonian fashion designers not wanting to improve their craft and be a lot more innovative. So, do you have any comments to that regard?
If anything, the Cameroonian fashion designer should be applauded. When you look at where we were 5 years ago and
Mhm.
where the fashion industry is today, it's a very, very big progress. People are taking their job seriously. You have people who live here, fly to different countries to go and undertake training. And when they come back, you see the improvement. Before,
Mhm.
corsetry dress was like a dream in Cameroon. You could not even think that somebody in Cameroon can do something like that. So if anything, you have a handful of Cameroonian designers who are actually putting in the works to improve their craft day in, day
Right.
out. Yeah, I think there are a couple of people who are not the same people they were even last week. Like each week you try to, get. So it's just normal. If you say you are copying somebody, it's just normal to go with the trends. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? If this is
Yeah.
what they are coming in for these days, everybody wants to wear a corset. So you will not say as a fashion designer, I will not do corset dresses because I don't want to look like Vicky James. No, you go and train yourself and in that field to be able to sew corset dresses. If you see
Right.
that tomorrow is agbada or kimono or rich auntie vibe that is trending, that's what clients want these days. And you train yourself to be able to recreate those things or design them differently. So
Mm-hmm.
if I don't think there's any trending design anywhere that cannot be pulled off in this country. You must have somebody who is going to do that thing for you perfectly, no matter how complicated you want it. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that conversation entertaining or funny. If anything, the designers here have been putting in a lot of work to be up to standard. Don't just say, oh, we only see corset dresses in Ghanaians and Nigerians. But in Cameroon, you have designers who have been doing that and they do it very neatly and seamless.
I must confess I have seen some really amazing pieces, yours included. My jaw dropped to the floor, and I had texted you like, "Oh my God, Rachel, I saw this outfit on I think it was one of the celebrities I had seen it, and I was like, oh my God, I saw this outfit, and it is beautiful." So yes, I do agree. And now we have some questions in the chat. One of the questions are how's the collaboration with other fashion designers in Cameroon? Do you guys often collaborate? Do you guys work on projects together? How's that scenario looking like?
Yeah, I have a couple I'm close to. I can have people, maybe if I have a job and I'm not around, I can say, oh, Kolo, there's this client I'm sending to you. She
Mhm.
wants something like this. And I think this is something you can do. Can you please get in touch with this person and stuff like that? And vice versa. I'm a fashion house that is not far from me here. Sometimes
Mhm.
when I male designs, I'll be like, this is a male designer who can do this for you. So I don't want to take the male job, but we are close. I can follow up and your husband's things will be done perfectly. So I
Mhm.
I have a personal relationship with a couple of the designers. access to.
Right. That's good. That's good. I'm glad that that collaboration is there because seeing that this is a growing market, I'm sure that the competition is stiff, and to see some semblance of collaboration, that's amazing. Here on this show, there's the former saying that goes, if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you go together. So that's beautiful. And we have 1 more minute, Rachel. Our last question for the day, I promise.
Oh,
So are you mentoring any young fashion designers? Do you take any apprentices, or are you mentoring people at your atelier at the moment?
at the moment, no, because all came in, they were unserious. Some just disappeared without saying anything. Tell you, my grandma, they don't come back. They come after 1 week or 2 weeks. And that's the problem with some people. You are undergoing a training. I'm here every day under rain, under sun. And you tell me it rained, you could not come. But I was here at 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And I've already programmed my work with you. So even it gives me headache sometimes. You either want to learn or you don't want to learn. So for the
Right.
moment, this is where we rebranded, and I'm working with a lot of speed right now. So I've stopped taking workers. So I want to stock up my shop and do my stuff when I really have a cool head, maybe January or so. People come all the time, they want training, but I cannot take your money. I don't have the time to sit you down and
To
teach you.
follow through.
Yes. So for the moment, I'm really not taking apprentice because they feel that I
That is such a bummer, Rachel. I wanted to come learn and be apprentice. Thank you so much, Rachel. We're at time. It was wonderful having you on the show, and it was so enlightening.
Oh, yeah.
Getting a little bit of insights into the world of fashion designing haute couture in Cameroon. I have these conversations with you all the time, but it's beautiful that other people have an insight of what happened. So thank you so much, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. The fastest thing ever.
Thank you,
Yes,
Rachel.
I wish we could talk more. I really wish we could talk more. And all the hosts, the panelists are congratulating you for a wonderful job.
Thank
So
you.
yes. So guys, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel, Je suis le Cameroon. We're
Absolutely.
beautiful. And on Facebook as well is I am Cameroon, Je suis le Cameroon. And you can join the movement, iamcameroon.org. I'm going to pass the baton to Phil, if you're ready to close for us this morning. Is Phil there? If not, I'm gonna pass it on to Tabe Mase. Can you close for us?
Well,
I'm putting you on the spot.
putting me on the spot, but I think I can rise up to the occasion. Rachel, fantastic. You give us inspiration. Let's do this. Thank you so much for your passion. Thank you for all you do. I Am Cameroon is a movement. Please check us out on our website. Please join us. This is a movement that is here to stay. And so for all those who have a passion for our motherland, doesn't matter where you are, doesn't matter if you will ever go back, but the passion for the motherland remains. Please join us and let's make a difference to the next generation. And if someone can put our site up in the chat or YouTube on how to get in touch with us, how to connect, how to be a part of this movement, you're welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye, everybody. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.